times are strange. Here I come, but I ain't the same.
Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome back to another episode of Cooper Outdoors. My name's Matt Cooper. Today we're just going to do a comparison between two knives. One's going to be the BK-2 and the other one's going to be the RC-5. Also going to show you a little add-on modification I've run across here for the GSI Glacier Cup. I believe y'all going to like it. Y'all sit back and we'll get back with you here in just a minute. Okay, y'all, if any of y'all has been following my videos, y'all know I've carried around a BK-2 companion put out by K-Bar for quite some time now. Lately I've invested in a RC-5 put out by Rat Cutlery, and we figured we'd give it a go. What I wanted to do today is we're just going to make a comparison between the two knives. We're not necessarily putting K-Bar down or anything like that, but we're just going to show you some things that the Rat RC-5's got going for it, okay? As y'all can tell, both knives come with a Kraudex sheath, okay? And there is some slight differences amongst the two, okay? The one thing that I would like to say is the Rat sheath is made of a little bit more thicker and durable material than the K-Bar sheath, okay? Other thing that I would like to bring up that the K-Bar sheath here has that the Rat sheath doesn't is slots for leg strap attachments, okay? As you can see, this knife over here, the Rat 5 doesn't have any slots for leg attachments, okay? The other thing that we're going to show you is the back of the sheath here. The Rat has a belt clip type attachment, which I come to like pretty good. It's because you can just slip it on, slip it off, and it's not a real pain to take on and off, okay? Now the K-Bar sheath does have a big wide webbing here for a belt loop, which works really good on web gear, Alice riggings and stuff like that, okay? The one thing I would like to say about K-Bar sheath is it's not really a one-handed draw on the sheath, okay? It does secure the knife awful well, but if you just simply run your belt through the loop and you try to draw the knife, you're going to have to use a two-handed draw, okay? Now, the RC-5, like I said, is pretty easy as far as attaching and detaching, okay? Just simply use your belt loop right here, put your thumb under it, put it on the inside of your pants, and you're good to go, okay? Another thing I do like about this knife is it is a one-handed draw, okay? As you can see how the comparison is, what you do is you take your thumb, put it right here in front of the sheath, and just kind of use that to pull it out, and it comes out real smooth, okay? It's that simple. One of the other things I do like about this knife is it's pretty easy for concealment. If you're out here on the trail and you don't want to look like Rambo out here walking around or anything like that, the knife itself is pretty easy to conceal. The other differences that we have on the sheath here that let's just say the RC-5 doesn't have is these slots that's cut out in the sheath, okay? Now this gives you different mounting options. for leg attachments and stuff like that. It's also good for when you try to wrap some 550 cord around here. I've had about 10 feet of 550 cord on this knife right here at one time, and it didn't look all janky looking, and looked real good. Okay, in comparison to length on the knife, it looks like they're pretty much running about even. Okay, they both seem to have about a 5.5 inch blade, or 5 1/4. They also seem to have the same blade thickness. Okay. The one thing that the Rat has that the BK-2 doesn't have is the thumb grooves on the back of the blade here. Okay, as you can tell, the BK-2 doesn't have it. Okay. The blade finish itself, this seems to have something like a rhino bed liner type looking spray on it, which this here looks like just some flat black Krylon that was put on here as the finish. Okay. The other big difference that we have is the handles. This here is some like glass bedded plastic type material, which is some McCarty or something like that, some kind of Kevlar feeling type handle. Okay, as you can tell, they both take Allen screws for the handles. Okay, and they both have lanyard holes. The other difference that we're seeing in this knife right here is this has got a glass breaking pommel on the end, which the K-bar doesn't have. Okay. The other difference is in the handle. This has a divot for a bow drill. If you want to start a fire and use this as your burn block, you can do that with your knife. So the BK-2 is no doubt a really good knife for its money. Okay. The one fault that I do have with this knife is these handles. When you go to batoning wood, what it does is they do like to ride up, and your handles have a tendency to want to come loose on them. Okay. With the RC-5, I'm yet for that to happen. Now, I'm not knocking the BK-2 by no means. It's a really good knife for its price. But like I said, I have invested in the RC-5, and I'm really starting to enjoy the knife itself. Okay. But like I said, for the price difference, you know, this one here will run you about anywhere from $130 to $150. This knife here will run you anywhere from about $70 to $80. Okay. But they're both really good knives.